already learned. Don't cut. Don't cut on what you've already learned to protect you. To protect you. To protect you.
Hey guys, this is Josh from Shizen Style. Today we're going to talk about Japanese rock garden, Fudaraku Garden in Osaka. Sit back, watch the video. You can hear my shakuhachi bamboo flute playing in the background, or you can turn the volume down. That's fine. And then we'll catch back up, and then we'll go through it and talk a little bit some of the nuances and details about the Japanese rock garden. Okay, welcome back, and I hope you enjoyed that little clip that I made a few years ago when I was living in Osaka. So the Fudaraku Garden is affiliated with the Shitennoji Temple, which is the headquarters of the Washu sect of Buddhism. And Fudaru represents the Pure Land, which is inhabited by Kannon Bosatsu, the Buddhist god of mercy. So this rock garden is, by definition, a kare sansui, which means Japanese rock garden. Far too often we confuse any rock garden with it being rooted in Zen Buddhism, when in fact there's many kinds of Buddhism in Japan and around the world now, and Zen is only one form. Similarly, there's many kinds of rock gardens, and some of them are Zen rock gardens, some are associated with other branches of Buddhism, some are at Shinto shrines, and others have zero religious affiliation at all. It's more of a aesthetic or philosophical type of base. So this rock garden has an interesting layout of stepping stones that go through the raked gravel. This gravel represents the ocean, and the rock boulders and hills in the background represent the mountains. In this picture here, you can see that the gardeners have pruned a few large shrubs to really nestle in this larger boulder. The taller pine in the background represents clouds in the distance. Part of the beauty of choosing evergreen trees is that you create a garden that can be appreciated all year round. Even with snow on them in the middle of winter, it's going to be really nice to see. Now off in the background you can see some Japanese maples that, after their leaves fall, so they don't really highlight much. But if you have it sculpted or shaped in a nice S shape, that can come out in an interesting winter scene as well. Most of the time evergreens will predominantly make up the background and the planting elements in a rock garden as well. Another thing to take note of is if you're thinking about a rock garden for your house, the more trees that you have around, the more cleanup and the more maintenance that you're going to have to do later on. So often you'll find that next to or surrounded by the rock garden are evergreens because they are less likely to create more work later when all the leaves fall in autumn. So that's just something to keep in mind there. The evergreen really goes well with rock gardens, especially the kind that you need to rake or gravel if you're going to try to create that rippled effect or the wave effect. Here you can see an interesting nobedan, and a nobedan is a type of Japanese pathway. It's often paved with a variety of different stones. You might have some cut granite, so slab and stone mixed together. There's really a lot of different styles to a nobedan pathway. Often it's straight and rectangular. This one, interestingly, has a deep curve. So you have both the mixture of like the stepping stone patterns, and then it does break it up into solid nobedan, which they've used mortar underneath to keep it a solid shape. So if you're ever in the southern area of Osaka City, near Tennoji, this Shitennoji Temple is a really interesting place. If you're interested in hearing and watching a bit more of some of these videos, first of all, please subscribe. And second of all, I'd love to keep making these, just sharing some of my experiences and thoughts from having trained and studied with some Japanese gardeners in Japan, specifically in Osaka and Fukui is where I did some of my Japanese garden training. My goal is not to promote a pure recreation of some of these traditional gardens, but I really am drawn towards modern, rustic kind of gardens. And I lean towards calling them a Shizen style. Shizen means nature or natural. And so I've developed the concept and the website Shizen style. So it's sort of modern, rustic elements for your home and garden, which really becomes like a lifestyle. If you're interested in checking any of that out, please visit at shizenstyle.com. Okay, thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time.